Hey guys, it's Liv, and we gotta talk about The Pairing. This is one of my favorite books of the year. I genuinely think this is the best Casey McQuiston book. For those of you who don't know, they also wrote Red, White, and Royal Blue, which has been adapted into an Amazon Prime movie, and there's also going to be a sequel movie wedding type thing, which is also exciting. But this, in my opinion, is like the most well-written book of theirs. I haven't read all of them, but I do think this is like the best one, in part because it's their most recent book. It is basically about Theo and Kit, who are two people that were in a relationship, and now that they broke up, there's this trip that they both booked before they broke up, and they run into each other on this like group trip in Europe, and they are sort of forced to reckon with why they broke up and whether or not they want to give it another shot. And we get a lot of recaps from throughout their relationship. It's a very mature story, and it's also just like interesting because in a lot of romance books I read, it's like their first time meeting, and in this one they have history. I thought that the dual POV was really good. I do think it would have been a little bit better if we got like alternating POVs with the chapters instead of just like the first half is Theo and the second half is Kit. But I do feel like that was also really interesting, and I also enjoyed, like, as someone that is not someone that's really struggled with their gender identity that much, I enjoyed learning about like Theo's gender dysphoria and their journey with that and grappling with all of that. I also thought that Kit learning to sort of go through his journey as well was really interesting. I think this is a good book if you're someone that maybe is leaning out of YA, but you're not wanting to read like just like serious books. Like, this does have serious stuff in it, but it's also just a sweet romance. The main reason I read this book was because I was going to do a challenge with myself to read all of Casey McQuiston's books in the month of June, which did not work, obviously, because this video is going up in July, but I'm still going to read all of them. And I would say that the biggest thing I liked about this book is that we really get to see the characters evolve and mature through their points of view. And also it's funny because Theo keeps telling himself, like, or themselves, like, oh, like, I'm so over my ex, and it's like, no, you're not, babe, I knew that on page 2. And they realize that much later, and I'm like, finally. So if you're ever someone that's maybe had a crush on someone in your life, or maybe you have yearned or longed for someone from afar, feeling like for whatever reason you can't be with them, you can definitely relate to the characters in this one. I also think that one of the things that I didn't like in Red, White, and Royal Blue was that the author did a lot more like telling instead of showing, but I feel like they improved a lot on that flaw in this book. Like, there were so many just really well written descriptions and stories that really filled in the gaps and told us a lot about the characters instead of just what they did in the other book I read, which is writing like a short paragraph just saying like, this character feels this way because of X, Y, and Z. And it's like, could we not get a flashback to like an interview or like a conversation or a story from their past that like shows that? Like, I don't like it when an author like spells everything out for me. Like, I can fill in the blanks, I can figure things out. I'm not someone that gives 5 stars out just like willy-nilly. This has been a pretty good year book-wise, but I am pretty picky when it comes to my fiction books, and I gave 5 stars to this one. Next year, I honestly might listen to the audiobook just to like experience it through a different medium, which would be fun. Oh, and also Casey McQuiston came to the university that I go to during this festival that was happening in the city of Greensboro, and they actually signed my book, which was really cool. I only talked to them for like maybe a minute because the line was very long, and they were like, you can talk to them, but only while they're signing the book. But they seemed really cool, super chill. Obviously, I'm a big fan of their work, but also I feel like we could talk for hours about so many different things. If you want to buy this book, I'm gonna link it down below. And also, like, if you know of any books like this, please leave recommendations below. Be sure to subscribe, and yeah, I'll be posting more about books and politics and all this stuff. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time.